Alright guys, so let's see where we're at. So turn on the monitor. Now I'm getting the funny colored screen, whatever. So I think it might be like the bad RAM or ROMs, whatever. What I'm going to do now, started to take out these chips over here, these socketed chips. Just want to take them out and then put them back in, reseat them, and people say sometimes that works. So I went ahead and took a flathead and popped them out a little bit. So take one out and look at it. I just bent two of the legs, so need to be careful. But anyway, I'm going to do this for the rest without holding the camera so I don't mess any up. But yeah, take this out and then just put it back in, and hopefully we'll cross our fingers and fire it back up and see what happens. Alright, so I was able to bend them back up pretty straight. Straighten them up a little bit more, but yeah, was able to save it. Alright, so took out the soundboard, reseat it. It's 5 chips there. I'll turn off the light, but plug the edge connector back in. I want to turn it on and just see what happens without the sound thing hooked up and all that jazz. See what happens now. So let me get that down. Alright, let's see if anything changes like on the screen at least. Here we go, turn it on. Let's see what we get up here. So we still get that messed up picture. Of course, nothing else hooked up, so that didn't fix anything. Alright, so I took out the ROM things, reseated them, but I'm not gonna lie, I only did 3 out of the 2. I was scared to take out the other 2, but then I took out the board, cleaned the edge connector with a magic eraser and some alcohol. Just turned it on. I didn't expect anything to happen, and now the game's actually working on like half the screen. So I don't know if that's a monitor thing or something with the board. But look, it's running through now. Let's see if I can coin it up. That's crazy. Getting it working, guys. Let's see him hit the coin. Oh no, is that the game? One player. No, I can't coin up. Well, look, it's working a little bit. There's that starting up. Alright, yeah, so let me keep messing with this. We're halfway there. We're getting somewhere, It's crazy. Alright, battery's about to die, but I just reset the last 2 on the bottom. I did the first 3. Each time I pulled it out, I've been a pin leg, so didn't want to fool with that too much. But anyway, let's plug it in. turn it on. Let's see what happens. Gonna go around front and see. Hit the button. Alright, keep your fingers crossed. Alright, we're back to the garbled screen. Did have it working. Alright, back to maybe I don't know. Let's see. Alright, I pulled the board out completely to just check everything again. I was going to reseat the RAM again and see what happens, and I think what I actually did, one was in backwards. Went back and watched video, so I ended up putting the H one in the wrong way. So I'm going to take it out, flip it, clean everything down, and then try it out again, see what happens. Okay, so I went ahead and flipped that H RAM around. Figure I'll just show you guys the back of the board. Gonna try and clean the connector again with a little magic eraser and some rubbing alcohol down there. Let me flip this around, show you. So now I have the bottom one. They're all in the correct direction. You can see the end of the ROM, that little notch. See, they each have the notch in the correct direction now. So I'm gonna clean the edge connector again. Then I'm gonna put it inside and we'll fire it up and see what we get. Alright, we got both boards back in. Had that in upside down last time. Let's see. So what happened was I was going to reseat them all. I reseated the first three, and each time I took them out I was bending some of the legs, and then I got nervous and I decided let's just see what we get. So I plugged it in halfway through, and then we could actually see part of the game loading up. So then came back, I decided to do the last two. Well, I did the last two, but I put the bottom one in backwards. So when I fired it back up, the screen was messed up again. So we got it in the right way, cleaned the boards. Well, the connectors, not really the boards so much. I should have done that, but clean the connectors, reseated the RAM. Now it's time to plug it in and see what happens. Alright, here we go. Plug that in. Got a piece of tape holding the back door lock. Just hit power. Let's walk up here, see what kind of picture we get. Okay, we got the Space Invaders back. We just don't see half of the screen now. Well, the same part of the screen, but the game looks to be running better. So it might just be a monitor issue. Now maybe the game's working. We definitely see more of it than we did before. So that's good. At least we got the game running halfway. We can see it running. It's probably something with the monitor now. There you got space, and then there's the Invaders. So I don't know if there's something with the monitor settings. Let me hit the tilt, and it resets it. So I hit it again. So the game's booting up, it looks like. Remember earlier I tried to credit up here and this one wasn't working. Let's see what happens. You can hear me hitting it. Not getting anything. Let's just hit. Alright, so this coin door did seem to work, so I'm going to hit it on the count of 3. I'm going to put it in. So let's see if something happens. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so it looks like it took a credit. So it got stuck there last time. Let's see. Alright, I put in 2 quarters. It looks like it says 1 credit now. So hit 1 player. Nothing. It freezes right there every time. Then, alright, so that's just going to be stuck there. I don't know what. Keep putting credits in. See, when I put a credit in, we're not hearing anything out of the speaker. I know the speaker is not getting the correct power, but at least we got the game halfway working now. Okay guys, you hear that? You see that? Alright, I was just about to go inside and I was just like looking at it thinking what could be wrong. It's coining up, but it's just stuck. And I thought like, alright, I put in 2 quarters, so I think it was saying 1 or 2 players, so it was wanting me to press a button, but none of the buttons were coming up. So let me use my flashlight. So I went under here and looked under here, the inside where the buttons are, and I was watching as I pressed the button. It wasn't making a connection, so I stuck my hand up and I just pushed the leaf spring back up into the button, whatever, and then it just started. And as it was starting, the sound was working too. So even though the power didn't seem like it had enough sound, it still was working. Okay, so pretty much narrowed it down to the game is working fine now. I even have sound. It's just a monitor issue, and then my controls aren't working. I think I just need to get the control panel off and then bend the leaf switches up some so they make contact when the button's pressed. So I'm going to do that now. I got the game unplugged. Open up the coin door, and there's a wire harness right over here to connect the control panel. So we're going to disconnect that. Alright, there, now you can see. So this was connected, and that's for the what you call it, control panel. So now up here, see these buttons, it's not making the contact when the buttons are pressed. So you can see it going down, but it's not connecting with the bottom one. Right there should be touching that. So we're going to take this off. Unlatch the control panel. Alright, so now we can just remove this and work on it and fix the control issue. So here's the back of it. So let me put this on my workbench. So yeah, my workbench is a trash can. Only the best for 302 rail. Alright, so see what happens when the button's pressed. It's not making contact. These two right here should be touching. When those two touch, it should be bing, bing, bing. So this right here, I'm just going to get something and kind of bend them back down. You can see all these are in bad shape. None of the buttons are working. So that's an easy fix right there. Or I think so, at least. I'm just going to probably take you know, like some needle nose pliers, grab it and just bend it down. So yeah, let's do that. So I got it fixed. I'm gonna try and show you guys what I was talking about. You see these? Let's see. See these little two black things in between? When you press the button, this one needs to touch this top one. Okay, so we got the control panel back in. I just gotta clamp it down and reconnect the harness. Got that connected. Let's go ahead and turn it on. It would help if we plugged it in first. That would always help, right? Alright, got the back doors on. Fire it up. Go. Got our half a monitor. Let's coin it up and check our buttons out. So before the buttons didn't work, I had to put my hand up there. Now I should be able to hit one player. Yeah, it's working now. See if I can control the can't get any controls yet. I got the fire, but my left and right aren't working. Laser-based control is not working. So let's stick our hand up there and see just exactly where that's at. Alright. I'm going to try and control it with my hands under here and see what happens. But anyway, we got the buttons fixed. Just have to get this monitor working and we'll have a working deluxe Space Invaders that we got off of Craigslist for 50 bucks. So far I haven't put any more money into parts or anything like that, so good so far. So yep, check in with you next time. Peace. Big toe.